Good morning, all you Dodger fans. We had a good night, didn't we?
Yeah.
I was a little bit worried that after that first inning.
Yeah, it was a rough first inning, but a good game.
Welcome, everybody, to this morning's service. This morning is our first Sunday of the month, so we're going to celebrate Shotsuki Hoyo, and Reverend Gibbs is going to call out the names of those of our loved ones who passed away in the month of October. Sensei's service is called Putting the Horse Before the Cart. Okay, so could you please stand, because I'm going to do opening meditation. If I can find my spot. And this is from a book called How to Be Happy from Lama Zopa Rinpoche. He's a Tibetan monk. Reading is about attitude. Difficult emotions or memories are only problems if you don't have methods to transform them. If you don't remember or don't apply these methods for thought transformation, difficult emotions and memories bring only suffering. However, if you apply the right tools, the tools of thought transformation, the more those things appear to you, the more practice you can do. Isn't that wonderful? It is truly possible to transform your whole life and your whole mind with the essence of Dharma itself. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you very much. Please be seated. So next, Sensei Gibbs is going to read the names on the Shotsuki Hoyo list. And after that, we're going to do sutra chanting, and that's going to be Sambutsuge on page 33. Thank you, Sensei.
Yeah, thank you, Donna. It's just the insider group, so I'll let you know. I'm also going to chant the Shishinrai before I ask you to join me for Sambutsuge. But first, the most important thing in the service, reading the names of those who we know we've lost during the month of October. Our service is dedicated to these people. October Shotsuki Hoyo. Fujikawa George Masayoshi. Fujikawa Sekino. Fujiwara Kasue. Fukuyama Margaret. Fukumoto Minoru. Hamano Nitaro. Hida Miki. Hatta Ichi. Hatta Masayuki. Hatta Matsuzo. Inaba Kisaku. Inoue Lin Leiko. Iwata Jinsuke. Iwata Morojiro. Kawabata Kiyoshi. Kawamoto Ihe. Kikawa Shizue. Kiriyama Takashi Tak. Konishi Tajiro. Masumoto Denbe. Masumoto Seiichi Sam. Masumoto Tameo. Matsumoto Fukujiro. Morioka Yasutaro. Moriyama, baby. Miho Shizue. Nakano Hanichi. Nakashimo Yoshiko. Nishikawa Chieko. Nishimoto John Osamu. Nishimura Chiyoko. Nishimura Noboru. Okumoto Hino. Okura Reverend Kensho. Omura Ayako. Onaga Ryoi. Ushita Shigematsu. Otani Kakichi. Otani Yoshiko. Sato Tome. Shida Etsuji, Shinmoto, Sokichi, Shoga Hatsue, Sogi Hatsue, Sugasawara Chiyoko, Sugihara Masaharu, Sugihara Masaharu, Tanigawa Sakutaro, Toinaka Tane, Tomotani Nobuko, Uchiyama Sakae, Ue Tanaka Kiyomi, Watanabe Suma, Watari Kunsaku, Yamada Roy, Yamanaka Ryuji, Yamanaka Ryuji, Yamane Genkichi, Yamasaki Etsuzo, Yamasaki Toyo, Yokoyama Noriko, Yonesawa Yoshio Norman, Yusa Saku, Yusa Magoichi. Thank you very much.
So now we'll have sutra chanting on Sanbutsuge on page 33.
No. Yes, thank you, Don. And again, before we chant this together, this most important verse passage of the larger Sutra on Amida Buddha, the Sanbutsuge, I will, on my own, I'll chant the Shishinrai, which is just repeating our reliance upon the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Butsu. Shishin Kei Ilei Namo Shochu Fu Shishin Kei Ilei Namo Shochu Ho Shishin Kei Ilei Namo Shochu So Busatsu Daimoryo Jukyo Sanbutsuge Kogen Gigi Ijin Mugoku Myode Enmyo Muyo Tothya Nichigatmani Shuko Enyo Kaishitnonpe Yunyaku Jumoku Nyorai Yogen Shotei Murin Shogaku Daion Koru Jippo Kaimon Shojin Tammai Chie Itoku Muryo Shushokeyu Jintai Rennen Shobuten Hokai Ujin Jinno Kungongai Tai Mumyo Yokunu Te Sonyomu Ninno Shishi Jintoku Muryo Kukun Kodai Chie Jinmyo komyo iso shindo daisen ganga tabut taisho o kado shoji mifu de daten futen yo I kainin shojin yo de sammai chie ijo gote tokubuten fugyo shigan isai kuku itha dayan keshi ubuten yakuten nokuman muryo daisho shunyon godya kuyo isai shito shobuten hunyo gudo kensho hungyaku kinyon godya shobuten sekai ufu kage mushu tendo komyo shisho tenshi shokoku nyode shojin ijin nanryo ryoga tabuten kokudo daichi goshu kimyo dojo chodeten kokunyo nayon nimu toto gato aimin dodaten isai jippo raisho shinneten shoujo ito ga koku keiraku annon kobuten shinmyo Vega shinsho otsugan no hi rikisho shoyoku jippo teson chie muge joryo shison shiga shingyo keiryo shinshi shoku dokuchu Gagyo shojin ninju ahuke Namanabu 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 Ganiya shikudoku Byodo sei isai Dohoden bodai shin onyo Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu.
So next we'll sing The Texture of Life on page 157, and following that we'll do the devotional reading of the Shin Buddhist Life Principles on page 9. Please rise.
My choices follow him. Thank you. We will go on to the Shin Buddhist Life Principles, bottom of page 9. Please read along with me. Shin Buddhist Life Principles. Entrusting in the vow of the Buddha, calling out the Buddha's name, I will pass through the journey of life with strength and joy. Revering the light of the Buddha, reflecting upon my imperfect self, I will strive to live a life of gratitude. Following the teachings of the Buddha, discerning the right path, I will share the true Dharma with all. Rejoicing in the compassion of the Buddha, respecting and aiding all sentient beings, I will work toward the welfare of society and the world. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you very much. Please be seated. Namo Butsu, Namo Labutsu, Namo Labutsu, Namo Butsu, Namo Labutsu, Namo Labutsu. Well, again, good morning, and thank you for being here. This is our Shotsuki Hoyo service for the month of October. Whether you're joining us at home or viewing this service later on YouTube, or whether you are here with us this morning, this is made possible by our videographer, Alan Goto. We thank him most sincerely. We also wish to thank our organist today, Howard Hayes, and Donna Mitoma for being our service chairperson, and my wife, who's off at the National Buddhist Women's Conference in San Jose this morning, did the flowers for us before she left. So thank you, Kyoko Gregory Gibbs, for preparing the flowers and the Naijin. Now again, this is our Shotsuki Hoyo service for the month of October, and the month is dedicated to the persons whose names I read earlier. And one of those names was that of my father-in-law, Reverend Kensho Okura. You know, we all have losses and fulfillments in this life, and we have losses both great and small. Even the little ones can be irritating. I always remember when my first son was about 8, 10 months old, not quite 1. I'd carry him everywhere. And there was we had in our bathroom, there's one of those hooks that like to put your bathrobe on that broke off. And so there's this hole in the wall. When he was just 8 or 10 months old, he loved putting his hands in that little hole in the wall, you know, when I was getting stuff on the counter. And then we got a contract, and he fixed that hole. And one day I came in there and went, you know, it was really disappointing to him. That was such fun for him to put his hand in that little hole. The hole in the wall was a loss for him. At the age of 8, it was a loss. He was sad to see it gone. We all have these little things that we wished weren't changed. Things change on us and we don't like it. So we have little losses, but the loss of friends and family are great losses. The loss through death of those we love are great losses. It can be traumatizing. It can be traumatizing to lose someone who you truly love, a mother, a father, a life partner, child. It can be a trauma that you never truly shake off. A sadness that you can never completely leave behind you. If someone you truly care passes away, how long should it take you to shake it off? Right? If your mother dies, are you supposed to get over it? I never got over it. It wouldn't be decent to get over it. You don't get over it. We don't just shrug it off when death takes someone precious to us. We do persevere, most of us persevere with some strength and some dignity. And so I want to talk a little bit about that, about not putting the cart in front of the horse. That's an old analogy. You know, some of these old analogies, when I was doing this, I also thought of the old, in childhood on TV, I'd hear, you ever hear the analogy, don't take any wooden nickels? I heard that, no, you didn't know, it was in the old movies, yeah. I heard, don't take any wooden nickels. I heard that in like 1955 on TV. When was the last wooden nickel produced? Like 1855 or something? I mean, the wood was more valuable than the nickel, right? So you can't produce wooden nickels anymore. So even these sayings become meaningless to us. Don't take any wooden nickels. You know, Donna hadn't even heard that. Don't put the cart in front of the horse. I heard that as a child. Now, the cars today, you know, some of them have the engine in front of you, some have the engine behind you. It really doesn't matter. But with a cart, you really want the horse in front, because horses are not good at pushing carts. They're very good at pulling them. So don't put the cart in front of the horse. That's the theme today. And what is the horse? The horse is our reliance on the Buddha, but I'll get back to that, because the fundamental focus here is persevering despite our losses, particularly the losses of our loved ones, you know. How do we persevere with some strength and some dignity? We fall back on our resources, our deep resources. We remember that there are others we love who are still with us, you know. I had two friends in Portland, Alice and Ayame. They both passed away in their 80s, and they both had special needs children. They both had children who were healthy and living very happy lives, but they also had special needs children. And both of them, their special needs daughter died in her 50s, just before my friend passed on. And you could just see the weight go off them, you know? Like, I got it, I don't care. I'm 87 years old and I'm tired. I'm gonna take care of this girl, I don't care. When this girl's here, I'm here. I'm gonna be here as long as this girl's here. When the girl passed on, with Alice and with Ayame, there was, as much as they loved that girl, they could go now. They can go now, you know. Those other people we still love are our resource, and they keep us here. And we remember our values, our hopes, and our commitments, and these are how we persevere despite our losses. Those are the horses that pull us forward. In our stream of Buddhist tradition, we aspire to live lives gratefully, to live lives of thankfulness. And that is a good thing. To live a life thankfully is a bright, warm, effective way of going through this time we have here. But sometimes people put the cart before the horse. You know? And that's the title of today's talk, putting the horse in front of the cart, putting the cart behind the horse. If the cart is warmth, gratitude, and equanimity, what's the horse that pulls us into this illumination? The cart is warmth, kindness, equanimity, gratitude. What pulls us forward in our stream of tradition is reliance on the promise of Buddha and the saying of the name, Namo Amida Butsu. You will see posts on the internet, lots of posts about Buddhist ideas, some attributed to Thich Nhat Hanh, some attributed to the Dalai Lama. Thich Nhat Hanh did write most of those things attributed to him. The Dalai Lama does not. I don't know who puts that stuff out. But, you know, he approves it. He approves it. Just like Prince Shotsuki Hoyo or Henry VIII. You know, Henry VIII wrote Greensleeves. Sure he did. Somebody came and said, Henry, I've written this wonderful song in your honor. He said, we will call it Greensleeves. Yeah. We should live lives of thankfulness and goodness. And we have lots of posts. Some of them are from the people they say they are, and some are from other people. They tell us to live those lives of equanimity and even-mindedness and appreciation. But how do we do this? We should be appreciative of Mother Earth, that's for sure. We should at all times, if we can, be appreciative of the earth. But you know, this can get a little bit of a precious conceit when our friend, the late Reverend Thich Nhat Hanh, told us, walk on the earth as if your feet were kissing the earth. Walk as if your feet were kissing the earth, okay? Kiss number one, kiss number two, no, that's too precious. That's too precious. I know he meant well telling us that, but he had done so much in his life. He had brought starving people across the ocean to new homes. He had refused to take sides in a war where one group was killing another. And, you know, so in his late years, he was quite happy with life. If you are good, I have bad days. I have a number of bad days, and I need some sustenance, some support. I can't just go out and be even-minded. There's lots of words on the internet and in books about how we should be as Buddhists and what we should do and how even-minded we should be and how appreciative we should be and how thankful we should be. There's lots on what we should do and what we should be and how we should feel, but not enough on how. How is important. How is important. Our how, in this stream of tradition, is a promise of universal liberation. The goodness of life itself welling forth as Amida Buddha, welling forth, coming forth as a promise of goodness for all. Amida's vow or promise of illumination, joy, and goodness for everyone is real. The promise has been made. It is being fulfilled. It is our promise. It is our commitment. Relying on the commitment to soothe, supplement, and save all of us, this genuine vow, this living promise, is the power that draws us into the light and the goodness. That's our horse. That's our power. That's our energy that pulls us forward. Saying the name, Namo Amida Butsu, encountering the real and active caring that is embodied in this saying of the name, Namo Amida Butsu. These are the horses. These are these horses, the big, strong, loyal horses, so to speak, and they are in front of the cart, and they are pulling us into illumination. And that is where we need to go, into the light. So this will be a relatively brief Dharma message, but maybe not an unimportant one. It's important to put the horse in front of the cart. The horse for us is a trust in the commitment to the well-being of all persons. This commitment is real, this commitment includes us, this commitment is an active caring entering into our lives. The commitment is to the well-being of all of us, to the well-being of all. This is the Buddha's heart and mind. All of us, all, everyone, every living being is enwrapped in the caring and goodness of the Buddha. We must let it carry us forward. So sit gratefully if you can, sit thankfully if you can, sit quietly if you wish. Sit in the cart and let those horses pull you forward. Don't try to do it yourself. There is a goodness that is pulling us forward. That very vision that we are in this together with every living thing, that no living being can be left behind. That vision is empowering. That commitment of the Buddha, the Hongon, the fundamental vow of the Buddha, the fundamental promise that is opened out to us, this is real and true and carrying us forward. Make sure that that's in front. Rely on the vow. Trust in the Buddha's promise. And then, as always, be well. Live fully. Live well. There is a caring taking you forward. Trust in the promise of the Buddha. Say the Buddha's name occasionally in forms like Namo Amida Butsu. Trust in this vision. And if you do this, as I often tell you, in the long run, all will be well. And all will be well, and every manner of thing will be well. This is the Dharma message I wish to share with you today. I thank you for your kind attention. I will close the Dharma message portion of our service with Gasho, posture of respect and peace, and ask those who wish to join me in the saying of the Buddha's name a few times. We rely upon the source of limitless wisdom and endless life. Namo Amida Butsu. 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 Thank you very much.
Oops. Thank you very much, Sensei. So next is the closing meditation. So if you'd be so kind as to stand. And we're still talking about attitude. Whenever you experience a problem, think, I am experiencing this problem on behalf of all other beings. Instead of allowing countless other people to experience it, I alone will take all these problems upon myself so that everyone else can be free of them. This attitude stops the problem by purifying the cause of the problem, which is always within your mind. Experiencing your problems in this way keeps your mind happy and benefits others. And when your problem benefits others, it also, of course, benefits you. Everything depends on how you use your mind. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you very much. Please be seated. So I would also like to thank Reverend Gibbs for his leading us in today's service. Alan back in the corner doing his IT work. Thank you very much, Alan. You're such an important part of our temple. Howard, who is our organist today. Kyoko Gibbs for her beautiful flowers, as usual, and the fruit for an offering. And all of you who've made the effort to come here, thank you very much. If you haven't given incense yet, offered incense, please feel free to do that after our service. And now we have the longest part of our service, the announcements. Does anybody have any announcements today? Sensei. Okay.
Yeah, as we sometimes jokingly mention, but it's true, right about now across the country, Christians, Jews, and Buddhists and Muslims are all doing the same thing. We're having announcements. It's one thing that's in all of our services, and it's at the end for all of us. I've been to all those services. They're all the same. So my announcement is just everything's usual this week. You know when our classes are. If you want to come for the Tai Chi, 1 o'clock Tuesday, Thursday. Meditation, 6 p.m. Tuesday. Study class Tuesday at 7. 11 a.m. Tuesday for a discussion class. Hope to see some of you there. We'll be back here next Sunday, too.
I believe starting at 11 o'clock, the Pasadena PJCI, Pasadena Japanese Cultural Institute, which is on Orange Grove and Lincoln, is having a festival. So if you need something to eat, if you want to just go out and say hi to friends, they have a sweet little white elephant booth, a crafts booth. Please feel free to go over there. Yeah. I got this great purse that is all sashiko, which is like Japanese embroidery. I think it was like $2. Brand new. It was beautiful. It is beautiful. Anything else? Yes, and I think there's going to be a pickleball today, right? Jeannie's not here, right? And June's over at the, yeah. I think there's pickleball right after service at about 11, I think. Okay, loves, thank you very much for coming today.
Thank you all very much.
Uh-huh. Bye-bye. Namo Amida Butsu.